Hello, welcome back. I don't know why you're here. I don't know why I'm here. Beyond the fact that somebody at some point, that two people a long time ago had a very, very irresponsible night. Now I'm the one who's got to pay taxes for it. But I digress. Keeping it nice and smooth today with some soul builds for Onmyoji. This will cover Oitsuki, if I'm pronouncing that right. The Weasel Brothers, Kamaitachi. I'm just going to call them the Weasels. And Yamausagi. Hey, at least I'm aware I mispronounce things, okay? So, we'll start off here with the Oitsuki. Why can't I pronounce words? Anyway. Now, the two I've got here are grade 5s, fully skilled up, and it's just two separate options with the two different souls you can get that provide orbs. The first one here uses the Azure Basin because it will grant you 3 orbs at the start of battle. Now, before we get too deep into this, I'd like to also state that Effect Hit technically doesn't do very much for Oitsuki. Her abilities don't really need an Effect Hit, but price you pay with Azure Basin. I mean, come on. It's still pretty good, I mean, especially since this kind of triggers with the start of each, not only at the start of battle, but actually, like, if you're in battles that have multiple rounds, like Soul Zone, and the Secret Zones, and area bosses, this will give you 3 more, well, technically 4, with each round, so, I mean, heck, works. Now, as stated, this of course, uses Azure, and it is a little more on the attack-boosted point of things. Well, attack, some HP, and defense. With the Samusons for a crit, this particular one, it'll probably get traded out at some point, because like I said, she doesn't exactly need an effect hit. It's just almost a lot of Samusons I seem to get for that particular site always seem to have effect hit at some point, so whatever. Now, I'm well aware that this technically isn't the best build for a lot of reasons, but, I mean, it does what I need it to. Because the main goal is to try to keep her alive long enough where she can even defend herself a little, so you can keep having orbs. To be completely honest, and full disclosure, I prefer Zashiki as my battery. But, you know, that's because I normally have something else. Hi. Hey. Okay. Anyway, here we have the second one, and she's not as attack boosted or oriented. She uses Fortune Cat and is actually a lot more towards defense and keeping herself alive in game. Basically, this was a complete difference. The first one is meant to be able to attack and help defend herself, but at this cost of boosting HP and defense. This doesn't have very high HP, but has a lot of defense, which has actually made me actually prefer using this one more than the Azure Basin one. As we all know, Fortune Cat at the start of each turn has a 50% of gaining 2 orbs, so technically that's actually really useful. Of course, to give her some crit attack, I did use Seductress, crit boost to English. But again, this is very defense-based. This is based around, again, keeping her alive for a while, at least a while. You and your clothes. My voice did a weird thing. Now, again, as I said, I prefer this build over the Azure Basin build, but I still prefer Zashiki or Kaguya. But Oitsuki's pretty easy to get a hold of, so at the same time, you know, two good options. I mean, you want her to be your orb breaker. Now, Kamaitachi. These are also grade 5s. They're fully skilled and leveled up. And the Weasel Boys, they have a chance of dazing when they attack once with their effect hit. And, you know, can unite for extra turns. Can, you know, bring everybody up a little bit more, increase their movement and all. But I like to take advantage of the fact that of this first one too with this, in that daze is a very useful thing to use. So for this, I went with Soul Taker, and I tried to make sure everything I could would have an effect hit on it to kind of boost that a little bit. So 40% is actually pretty nice. And of course, Nightwing. I really wanted this one to be able to attack a little more. Excuse me. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to get my dog more water. My office, so. Again, where was I? Right. Attack oriented. So, you know. Gotta be able to smack a few people, because again, I want to have him be able to hit multiple times and try to daze opponents. For about the same reason why I try to keep my main Shiranui has a Temptress attached to her for the sake of trying to confuse, which is glorious. But he's, like I said, he's very attack-oriented. Not the fastest. This is the fastest. This Kamaitachi is built more towards hitting it with the daze, even if it's not doing much in the attack damage, but trying to hit multiple times. This one is meant to specifically try to pull everything forward. And for the sake of that, I added Fortune Cap to him with a Speed Soul to not only boost his defense, but god dang it. But again, to aim for being able to hit. Now, this also includes one of the claws as an effect hit, because I'm really aiming for him to do that daze ability. I don't care that he can't hit, but the fact he can do a daze is pretty useful. And especially do it multiple times, also get up there, move fast and all, get first move so you can try to stun your opponent's heavy hitters first round. Useful. Now, I kind of prefer the Soul Taker build over the Fortune Cat build, but that's just me. And I'm sure there are other people who could think of a better way to utilize this Fortune Cat build with a little bit more, but he's meant to be more the puller, to speed everybody up, and to do a little bit of crowd control, being able to daze people. Now, we move on to Yamausagi. I love this bun. But at the same time, this is one of the few I have that uses a Holy Flame build. Now, before anyone goes there, yes, Holy Flame isn't exactly the most useful on a lot of Shiki, but I do have a couple who I put it on. Mostly ones that benefit from getting a boost back, so. Bunny Dance and Effect Hits. Now, the reason this has also an effect hit boost here with the Azure Basin is because this morph is actually kind of useful if you could stop something for a long period of time. But as stated, this focuses, again, with the effect of it to try to get some more HP going. Not the most useful, I'll admit, and it is very defense-oriented, too. But her goal is to much like with the Fortune Cat build I have for Kamaitachi, is to stay on the field long enough to keep your other Shiki moving faster, to keep control of turn counts. Again, I'm probably missaying words, but still. Now, is this the best? No, probably not, but she's not really meant to be my attacker. She's meant to, again, keep everybody else moving fast. She's basically Sonic. Now, the second one is in a similar base. As noted, see, this one is meant to also be able to do some crit damage, but also move kind of quick. At the cost of a lot. This is less attack rate. Now, the Kyokotsus are here because of the, for an attack booster and to boost her HP. This one was meant to try to keep her alive a little longer. Ace, would you stop? Even if her defense is the best. The crit damage Fortune Cat I thought would actually be useful. It is actually kind of useful to have someone else able to hit with a crit damager. But she's more meant to be speed to get first turn. First turn to boost all yours to try to, like, get up there. Speed boosts are actually very useful for her, for Kamaitachi. I tried to alternate with, like, one attack booster. Now, if we're going to go with suggestions here. Oitsuki, everyone will tell you as your base. It's good. I personally kind of like the Fortune Cat one a little bit more. But either is good. So, you know, as long as she's giving you more orbs, all the better. Kamaitachi, the Fortune Cat one isn't bad. I like it. But I kind of prefer Soul Taker on him. But both are good options. It just depends on your playstyle. And in case of Yamausagi, I kind of like the Fortune Cat build a little bit more for her. But at the same time, the Holy Flame build was an experiment, and it was one that actually pleasantly worked out. So it really is just a matter of, again, playstyle. But on that note, will you stop? I'm going to knock off from here. If you will do the holy trifecta of YouTube down below with your like, comment, subscribe. Leave a suggestion for a Shiki and or build you'd like to see. I have most everything except for the limited editions. You know, minus Shato. Yay. But, you know, and we'll see what we can do about getting a video out for it, or suggestions, you know. As stated before, these are just my opinions, and hopefully to give you some ideas for your own playing. So, I'll catch you next time, alright? See ya.